Okay, so this video I will be explaining F2L, which stands for the first two layers, like these first two layers, how I solve it. So the way I do it is very intuitive and has a lot to do with just like looking around at the cube and then seeing the pieces and then just doing things based on where the pieces are. And of course you can like memorize algorithms and things like that, but I'm just too lazy for that and it requires extra work because you gotta remember all the cases, and I assume there's a lot. I mean, I haven't really looked into it, but yeah, I don't want to do that. So anyways, yeah, this F2L, let me just mix it up first. Okay, so the white cross. Okay, so there's the white cross. And then F2L is basically solving the corner and edge at the same time. Okay, so when you have a corner and an edge, that is what is called a pair. And that can be demonstrated here. This is a pair, alright? And where the pairs go, these two pieces, they're called slots. So pairs go into slots. You see it like that? And then we just completed that slot by inserting the pair, and then now you're obviously done with these two pieces, and then once you complete all of them, then you will have solved the first two layers. Okay, so basically what you want to do for each of these cases, you want to have the corner piece, the piece with the white one, in the top layer, and as you can see, you can move the top layer freely however you want, and it won't affect the first two layers at all, obviously. And so that's how we're going to manipulate pieces and move them around and things, create pairs and insert pairs. So there are three ways a corner piece can be in the top layer. First way is like this, the white on top, but well, that's the third way. First way I'll be explaining is white in the front. There's second way, like white on the side, on the right side, if the piece was right here, like on the side. And then the third case, as you saw earlier, was white on top. Okay, so first I'm going to be talking about white in front, right? So first we're gonna, this is red-green, so we're gonna put it over red-green, just look around. Where is the red-green edge piece, right? Okay, so we look at the top layer first. Top layer does not have a red-green edge piece, so that must mean it's in the middle layer, because you know it can't be in these positions because you solved the white cross, and those are correct. And so the red-green piece is right here. So basically what you want to do is whenever it's in the second layer, you just want to put it, like move it up to the top layer, just like do that or something. Yeah, or you could have done it the other way, like that. Whichever works, doesn't matter. So for white in front, there are two ways to insert a pair. Okay, first way is to create a pair on the top layer. And as you can see, we have this piece here and this piece here. To create the pair, we'd have to move this piece over here, right? Because then the reds would match up, the green would match up, and it would be a complete pair. And so to do that, I mean, you could just like turn the top, right? You turn it over here, but then you're moving the corner piece away as well. So what you want to do is you want to somehow save this position while being able to move the top layer so that you can manipulate this piece. And a way you can do that is you can turn it like this, right? So you bring it to the bottom layer. It's no longer in the top layer, so it doesn't affect this. So this turning doesn't affect the position of this, because when you move it back, it's still going to be here, right? Or you can move it like this. It's just essentially the same thing. You're still moving it to the bottom, but there are slight differences. Like for example, if I move this piece, if I move it down like this, right? I wanted to move this piece next to this one so that I could create the pair, right? But if I do this, I'm moving this piece away as well. So then this piece has to go here, but now it's not in the top layer anymore. So what you have to do is you have to turn this side. Okay, you wanna separate this piece from this piece so that you could bring this piece in, this one from elsewhere. Is basically you just turn it like that. You have this, and then when you bring this piece back up, you see that you're creating a pair like this, right? Like that. So, sorry. So basically, you have the white piece in front, right? And you found the edge piece, and to create a pair with it, you have to move this piece down into the bottom layer by turning it like this, right? Mind this, you're messing up the white cross right here, so of course you have to turn it back later. And then now you can move this piece over here, and then do that, and now you're creating the pair like this. And then to insert this pair, all you have to do is just do this. It's pretty simple. Okay, so there's a second way. Wait, hold on. Okay, so like obviously we had this before, right? And if the edge piece was actually over here, it's just the same thing. You turn this down because you want this to go here. You just turn it once instead of twice, and then now you're creating the pair again. Now you could also have this situation, and basically what happens here is you just want to break this apart first, because if you want the piece to go here and you turn it like this, then you're moving that away as well. So first you turn it down like this, you split up these two pieces, you move it away, come back up, and then now you have this situation again. You can just move down, turn this, move it back up, and then insert the pair like that. Okay, pretty simple. Now we have the second case for white in front. It's where the colors for the edge piece and the corner piece don't correspond, right? So you have blue on top here, but red on top here. And now that's a problem because, okay, so let's try to separate it, right? Like before. And then we'll try to move this piece over here because we want it to be there, right? To create a pair. But here you're not creating a pair because they're mismatched the wrong way. So you can't just create a pair and insert it, because then obviously it's not going to work correctly. So remember how a way to insert the pair attached to this piece was like this? So there's actually another way to insert a pair, insert a corner piece if the white is in front. It's to, I like to turn the cube first and then just do this, this, and that. Okay? So like this. Okay. And basically, so like when you turn it like this, then you're obviously gonna break up the pair right here, right? If you had a pair here, if you do this, you're gonna be breaking up the pair, and then you're gonna be inserting something, and the other piece will go over here. So essentially what this does is you're gonna break this right here, create a pair back here, and then when you turn it, you insert the pair, and you insert the pair, right? So for this algorithm, you're not supposed to create the pair first. You create it as you're doing the algorithm. It creates the pair, and then you insert it. And for this to work, you have to have opposite colors on top, you see? So we have blue on top, blue on the side, red on the side, red on top. Okay, so that when we turn it like this, you're bringing these colors together, and then you're matching up the pair, and then now you can insert it. Alright. And then with this situation again, just basically you separate the pair, and then right, this is in the correct place. So all you have to do is do that. If it wasn't in the correct place, then like this, you want this piece to be here because this algorithm works like that, right? And it takes the piece back here. So you want this piece to be here. Do that, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter which way you turn it, as long as you bring this one down to the bottom so that this piece can go here, right? Because you're not matching it up with any of these, so it doesn't matter if you turn this way or this way. So I could turn it down and do that. and then insert it like that. Okay, so an important thing to know whenever you're bringing the corner piece down to the bottom layer is that you have to watch the thing in the back that you're moving, right? So if I wanted to separate these two and I did this so that I could turn it like that, like as you can see, when I turn this down, I'm messing up. I'm reopening this slot back here, the one that we already did. So then that seems like really counterintuitive, right? You're trying to solve the first two layers, but in doing so, you're also messing it up. You see? Because when I did that, now we don't have the finished pair in here anymore, and it's back on the top layer. And that's not good. So to fix that problem, all we have to do is we just turn a different face, right? You see this, we have an empty slot right here. There's nothing in here right now. So you're free to turn this because it doesn't matter what pieces go in here. You can turn the top layer however many times you want, and it won't change this at all because this is still an empty slot, right? Same with this way. Like if I was here and I wanted to turn it like this, right? Then it would be messing up this pair. So I just have to make sure that there's an empty slot on this side when I turn it up like that. And yeah, just be careful of those kind of things because then you'll be messing up the cube as you think you're solving it, and that obviously is not going to work out for you. Okay, second case, white on the side. Now there are also two ways to insert this pair, and it's essentially the same thing just on the other side because, I mean, yeah, okay. So here we have orange, green, and then we just want to take out the edge piece from the middle. As you can see, we have the same color on the top, right? We have orange, orange, green, green. And then, so if we try first algorithm to insert this like this, right? It's not going to work because it's mismatched. Because you know that when you turn it like this, you need opposite colors on the top so that when you turn it, the colors will match up and you'll be able to insert it as a pair. So for this one, you have to create a pair in the top layer. And to do that, you want this piece to go here. So you turn this down, right? Make sure there's an empty slot in the back. You just turn it, bring it in the correct position, bring it back up, create the pair, and then just insert it like this. Alright. If you have this situation, right, because you want this piece to go here, right, and again, if you bring it down like this, then you can't move that piece over there. What you have to do is, first you have to separate it, make sure you have an empty slot, bring it down, separate, bring it back up, and then now, you can bring this piece over here by turning it down, turning it twice, and then matching it up, and then inserting it, right? Okay. Now there's this case, like I say. Yeah, so now you see you have opposite colors on top, right? So you want this piece to be back here because when you insert it, you can do this, okay? You want opposite colors back here and you want the edge piece to be back here. But for this to go back here, you have to turn this down, and then you don't have an empty slot here, so you turn it so that you have an empty slot. Turn like this, put the edge piece where you want it to be, bring it back up, reposition it correctly, and do the algorithm. There you go, you're done. So basically, whenever you have an opposite edge color on the top, then you're going to, right, so like you have one way is to bring this pair with you as you're inserting, and the other way is to break this pair, create a pair back here. So whenever you have same color on top, you want to create the pair. Whenever you have opposite colors on the top, you want to break this pair, create it, and then insert it like that, okay? Same goes for the other side like this. So you have this, or you have this, where you have opposite colors on the top, and do that. Okay, so that's white in front and white on side. Now the only one we have left is white on top, and this is by far the easiest F2L case you have. Basically, all you have to do is find the edge piece. If it's in the middle, take it out. If it's right next to it, separate it using the method we had before. Like it's right next to it, then you just find an empty slot, you turn it down, you separate it, and then now you're good. Okay, so you want to so if you have white on top, what you want to do is you want to find the edge piece, put it in the top layer. Okay, you're gonna turn the edge piece until it matches its color, right? So makes a line straight down, a green line. And then you know how this red piece is supposed to go here, so like if you turn it like that, it's technically in the correct position. What you want to do is you want to turn it away. So the red is supposed to go here, but you want to turn it away, okay? And then now wherever the corner piece with the white on top is, you just turn it until it creates the pair with the edge piece. When you turn it back, you can have a pair. That's easy, right? Okay, let's try that again. So now we have this, right? Okay. So we have this. First we want to separate it. Make sure there's an empty slot in the back. Separate it. It has blue, so we're gonna match it up with blue. It's supposed to go here. This piece is supposed to go here, so we turn it opposite. Turn this until it's over it. We create a pair and we just insert it. Okay. And that's basically all three cases. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna run through a few examples here. Like as practice, I suppose. So white cross. There's white cross. Okay, so I'm going to solve this one first. So I'm going to look for the blue and orange edge piece. Here it is. Take it out into the top layer. Okay, match up the orange. This piece is supposed to go here, so I turn it this way. Here's the corner piece. I position it on top, and here we go. We create the pair. So then I insert the pair. Okay, now on to the next pair. I'm gonna do this one. Green and red. Sorry. So we have same color on top, which means I'm gonna create the pair in the top layer. So first thing I'm gonna do is I have to separate this. Make sure there's an empty slot in the back. Separate. And I want this piece to go here to create the pair. Empty slot here. Down. Over. Up. And now I create the pair. Now I'm gonna insert the pair. And I'm done with that one. Okay. Now I'm gonna do this one. So we have red, blue, okay? I'm gonna take it out. Okay, easy. Now we have opposite colors on the top, so I know that this piece has to be here for me to do this, right? So I need to move this over here. I'm gonna empty slot in the back, move it down, put this in the back, move it back up, position it in it correctly, and insert. Like that, done. Then for this one, it's simple. We have this, take it out, right? And then in the correct spot, this one's supposed to go here, so turn it opposite, put this on top, over here, create the pair, and insert it. Now, as you like learn to solve these, you start to get like tricks and stuff, so that you can solve them faster. Like I don't solve it that way anymore, because I have better ways to like solve certain cases that I see. For example, if I have like this, right? So what I would normally tell you a beginner to do is take out the edge piece, just take it out on the top. You have this, match it up like that, right? But what I would do is I would just move this piece over here. See that you see how it matches up? So I can just like do this, move it out, and I already have a done pair. It's a lot easier, a lot less steps, and yeah, so like things like that. But other than that, you just basically need to know the basic things. If you want to get faster, learn some more tricks, I guess, like I did, or like create your own. I learned the basics, something like this video, I don't know, somewhere, and then I just created my own, I guess. You know, I just optimized my moves and found better solutions to some cases, and yeah, so that's basically it. Thanks for watching, I guess.